Yo, yo, yo. Hey, yo, what's good to all my heroes and villains out there? It's your boy LC. Guys, welcome to another episode of Heroes and Villains Collectibles. And yo, check it out. Just like you guys seen in the thumbnail, we got another video by Warren, an update. We got some spoilers coming along. We got some cameo announcements, some crossovers for future Spider-Man movies. So we're gonna go ahead and check that out right now, guys. Check it out. If it's the first time checking out your boy, make sure you guys go ahead, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and let you know when I have all types of videos coming your way. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump over to Warren, aka the Cosmic Wonder, so we can see what the hell he's talking about, yo. Get this Marvel news. And yo, once again, I'm sure he's gonna be talking spoilers, so that's just a little heads up right there. So let's go check it out. Here we go, guys.
We've got some really big Spider-Man news to go over today. We're talking about Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday and talking about two different Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And on top of that, it does look like Marvel Studios is building towards a really big event in the future with Spider-Man, Daredevil, possibly The Punisher, and we are going to talk the Punisher special presentation trailer in this video, but also possibly some other characters that we're going to get into in this video. What is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. A lot of news from Marvel recently. We are going into some spoiler territory today in this video, but I will let you know when we get into that territory. Let's first start off with what we are hearing about Avengers Doomsday, because recently on Easter, Robert Downey Jr. posted a photo that had Dr. Doom painting a bunch of different eggs, showing a bunch of different logos. And one of those logos was very specific. It was Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I have no doubt about that, and most of the fandom seem to agree as well. This symbol is Tom Holland's Peter Parker's Spider-Man symbol. So a lot of people are going, okay, he's in the movie. We haven't heard anything about that. We've heard he's not in the movie, but now it seems like he is. Well, according to the insider, the redacted guy, they state for clarification, Tom's Spider-Man might have a small appearance in Doomsday, potentially as a post-credit due to his current situation after Brand New Day. He'll be a major player in Secret Wars. Tobey Maguire, at the moment, is the main Spider-Man of Avengers Doomsday. Now, again, we have been hearing that Tom's Spider-Man's not really in the film, so it would make sense for a post-credit to be of him, especially if he's absent in the entire movie. Fans are going to want to know what the heck is going on. Where was Tom Holland's Spider-Man? I don't think anyone's going to complain that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is in there and the so-called main Spider-Man. And you know, if there's only one Spider-Man in the movie, you're the main Spider-Man no matter what, even if you appear only for 5 minutes. So he's not necessarily saying that Tobey's going to get a lot of time. Don't take it that way. But if Tom is in it, it seems like it's going to be pretty brief. But I like the post-credit scene theory, because if he's not in the film, fans are going to want to know what was up, and to show him in the post-credit, maybe on Secret Wars, or maybe showing that he survived the creation of Battleworld, like he's outside of it, that would be a pretty cool post-credit scene as well. Maybe they show him and Loki's team. Maybe Loki was going behind the scenes and trying to save people. I think that would be really cool, but go ahead and let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Now, Tom Holland has actually come out recently and spoke about Spider-Man Brand New Day, and he said, "I am so proud of the movie. I sound biased." Obviously he's going to sound biased, but I think it's my favorite one, which is something pretty big to say. Now, of course, he's not going to come out and say anything bad about the movie. Even if he thinks it's bad, he's not going to come out and destroy the promotion of the movie to make it to where people aren't going to go see it. But he doesn't have to say it's his favorite one. That was a very specific choice. Yes, obviously he wants to excite people and get them to go to the theaters, but I feel like that's something you probably wouldn't say unless it's a really, really awesome movie. So the fact that he said that, I think is a pretty good sign from the movie. And if you missed it, he is doing a giveaway with his Brothers Trust charity organization. They're giving an all expense paid trip for 2 to Los Angeles. You get to go to the premiere Airfare from anywhere in the world is paid for. 3 nights luxury hotel, transport to the premiere, $1,500 of spending money, and you get a photo with Tom Holland and the rest of the cast. So that's pretty cool. The link is on Tom Holland's Instagram page, and I'm sure you can find it online as well if you're interested in that, and I'm pretty sure almost everybody's interested in that. Now, moving forward to the future of Spider-Man. We've been talking for a while now because insiders have been talking about this for a while now as well. It seems Marvel Studios is building up to a really big kind of street level event. I want to say it's to go up against Kingpin eventually. It looks like in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, it ends with Kingpin not being mayor, especially because in the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, we saw that Sheila is giving the key to the city to Spider-Man. So obviously vigilantes are allowed again. And usually the mayor gives the key to the city to whoever is getting it. So Sheila might be the mayor. Kingpin is obviously out, in my personal opinion, because vigilantes are back. Spider-Man is there. So what is going on? Well, we're going to get into spoiler territories about the big crossover. So I want to go over the Punisher special presentation first, because I thought that it was really awesome. I thought it was very dramatic in a really, really good way. Not a super ton of action with him in the Punisher suit, a lot of action in general, but not a lot of action with him in the Punisher suit. So it shows us that he is really suffering from PTSD still. Obviously, he's been through a lot, but specifically with the loss of his family, not necessarily through war, even though we do see in his mind in the room, they're not really there, soldiers of the past. And specifically, Curtis has returned. Now, when we left off with Curtis before, he was alive, right? And he was a good friend to Frank. He helped him with counseling. He had that group as well. And he was a pretty big character and he was alive, but I think he might die. I think that's what might push Frank over the edge, because we do have a synopsis for it, an official synopsis that says, as Frank Castle searches for meaning beyond revenge, an unexpected force pulls him back into the fight. So he's searching for meaning beyond revenge. And then I think he ultimately finds out that Curtis dies. And the girl that we see in this might be Curtis's daughter. The guy might be his son. We don't know at this point in time, but I think they are connected in some way, shape, or form, because we're seeing Curtis throughout this trailer. So I think it makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, I think it makes a lot of sense that he would die. And that's what brings Frank back into it and kind of makes it about revenge again, because that was one of his best friends. He's been through a lot with Curtis. So him dying, or specifically being killed, would definitely bring him back into it. And I would not be surprised if the little girl that we see in it is related to Curtis in some way, shape, or form. So he's going after these people to protect this daughter for Curtis. We also see what I presume is his daughter as well. He's getting, flashbacks of his daughter, which is probably why he would feel so compelled to protect this little girl in this trailer as well. And especially if it is related to Curtis. Now, another thing we see is Maganucci, which is crazy. In the comics, she suffers a pretty bad fate, getting all of her limbs ripped off, and Frank essentially just kind of punts her like a football into fire. Maybe something like that has happened. She appears to have her limbs, so I don't think Frank has done that to her in the MCU, but maybe something happened in the past and Frank already dealt with her and basically her crime organization that she runs, and maybe she is actually seeking payback on Frank. Maybe she is going after the people that he loves. Maybe she is the person who killed Curtis. They don't give us too much with this trailer, but I do think these are kind of the main components here. Curtis, the little girl, obviously because they made a focus on her, and Maganucci, the crime boss. And it makes sense because we've actually heard that some of the crime organizations that we see in the Punisher special presentation are actually going to bleed into Spider-Man Brand New Day, which makes a lot of sense because we just have a ton of villains in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So this is how it's connected, because obviously Frank is going into Spider-Man Brand New Day as well. We're going to see him there. So that's awesome. And that's my thoughts on the Punisher special presentation trailer. I thought it was very vague, which is very good. I feel like we don't need too much from it, but I thought it looked awesome. I thought the tone was awesome. Can't wait to see the Punisher. Is one of my absolute favorite Marvel characters. Now, before we go into spoiler territory for Daredevil Born...
You know something? Looking at this scene right here, I think Curtis does die because this is him right here standing right behind him. You know, this looks like, I don't know who these guys are, or it could be, you know what I mean, I don't know what this is. Maybe some other soldiers, but this looks like his boy. And if that's his boy, it's because it's probably like a ghost or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, it looks just like his silhouette, even though you can't see his face. But yeah, it could be. So
Again season 3 and the big event that's coming up, Brad Winderbaum, the head of Marvel Television, did confirm that this is a Watcher Easter egg in the last episode of Daredevil Born Again season 2, episode 4. A lot of eagle-eyed fans have spotted that this looks like the Watcher in this episode, in this scene, through the window, and Brad Winderbaum posted, "Always watching." So it is confirmed this is the Watcher. Very interesting. I'm not sure if it's just an Easter egg or if this is literally and physically the Watcher actually wondering what's going on with Daredevil and Punisher and all of that stuff and Kingpin. But either way, it's a really, really cool Easter egg that they intentionally put in. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Watcher in Avengers Doomsday. Maybe this is a little way to connect that to Daredevil Born Again, because a lot of people were wondering, is Daredevil going to be in Doomsday? Is he going to be connected in some way, shape, or form to the events that's going to happen? I would be surprised if Daredevil and the Punisher and the Defenders and everybody weren't in Avengers Secret Wars at least, but I do think this is a really cool Easter egg regardless, and I do think it could connect Daredevil to Doomsday and or Secret Wars. Now, we're going to dive into some spoiler territory here. So if you don't want to know anything about Daredevil Born Again Season 3 and maybe the ending of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, speculation, but it could be right, you should probably click away now. So, like I've said, it seems like Marvel is building towards a really massive event, and now we have actual set photos from Daredevil Born Again Season 3 showing us the return of Kristen Ritter once again. She's supposed to be in Season 2, although we haven't actually seen her pop up yet. I'm hoping she pops up in episode 5, but we'll see. This photos of Kristen Ritter, Mike Coulter, and Finn Jones. So, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage will be back officially in Season 3, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw them in Season 2, maybe at the end. I mean, Kristen Ritter, her character Jessica Jones, in the trailers for Daredevil Born Again Season 2 did say that they came after her daughter. Perhaps her and Luke Cage have that daughter together, and perhaps Luke Cage shows up at some point in time. Maybe when she said that they go to her house, maybe he's there. Maybe the two of them beat down, whether it's the anti-vigilante task force or somebody else. Maybe we get to see Luke Cage. Maybe that's why she's there, but he's staying behind with their daughter. We'll have to wait and see on that. But regardless, the Defenders are returning. And in Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man is teaming up with the Punisher. I do think Daredevil's going to appear. I don't think the Defenders are going to appear, but I do think Daredevil has a pretty high chance of appearing, which leads us to this big event that could be happening. Insiders have been talking for a while now, stating that Marvel is planning a really big street level event that's going to be a massive crossover team up movie. Well, it seems like all the pieces are in place right now. We literally have Spider-Man with the Punisher in Brand New Day. We already saw Peter Parker and Matt Murdock meet in No Way Home, and now the Defenders are returning, and they're in Daredevil Born Again Season 3 at least, but and Jessica Jones is in Season 2, but maybe the others pop up in Season 2 as well. The point is they're back. And Kingpin is going to continue on, obviously. So I think that this big crossover event could be with all of these characters going up against Kingpin. I think that would actually be a really, really great movie. It would be a massive movie, and it's kind of the movie that we've been waiting for. Regardless, we need Spider-Man versus Kingpin. That's been something that we've been waiting on for too long, and I know Vincent D'Onofrio said he'd love to be in a movie, but there's some rights issues with Sony. But I mean, Sony and Marvel, they've both stated recently that they're playing really well together, so they can just cut a deal to have Kingpin in the movie. It's really not that hard if they both agree this is the direction that they want to go. And according to some insiders over the past handful of months, it seems like this is the direction that they want to go. So I'm here for this, totally. I think it would be a crazy, awesome crossover team-up movie, but go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. And you can also find us on TikTok and Instagram. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
woof, woof. Whoa. There you go, guys. There you go. Wow. Yo, that's I'm here for it, yo. Yo, I was actually thinking about watching The Defenders the other day, like the Netflix series, The Defenders, because they were showing like some certain scenes of the fight when Daredevil is fighting Iron Fist, and then the other guys gotta jump in. Yo, I was like, yo, you know what, man? I might have to jump back in and watch The Defenders. I actually enjoyed that show. You know what I mean? But yo, I am excited. Yo, let's bring the Defenders back. Let's get the team up. You know what I mean? Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and then yo, let's have an official season 2 Defenders. You know what I mean? I'm down. I'm here for it, yo. And yo, definitely they have to do uh crossover with Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider Man. You know what I mean? Shit, versus Kingpin. Kingpin could be the baddie of that movie. You know? But yo, shouts out to the Cosmic Wonder. Shouts out to Warren over there. Guys, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Show some love. Let him know that your boy LC from Heroes and Villains Collectibles sent you guys over there. Hey, check it out. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And then let me know who else you guys want to see crossover. I mean, listen, he's right. Marvel and Sony did say that they are playing nice with each other. That they can borrow. Sony did say that Marvel can borrow characters from Sony. Marvel has no problems lending them characters. We're already gonna get the Hulk, Punisher, you know what I mean, in the Spider-Man movie. So I'm really excited for this one, yo. You know, let's just keep, yo, let's do some team up movies. You know what I'm saying? But yo, comment below, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Check it out once again. Make sure you guys follow us, Heroes and Villains Collectibles on Instagram. If you guys want to check out the collection, Hot Toys, Marvel, the Marvel statues, Marvel Hot Toys, the Ninja Turtle figures, the Lego builds, all that cool stuff. Also, if it's the first time checking me out, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and let you know when I have all types of videos coming your way. All right, guys? So, with all that down, this was dope. This was awesome. This has been another episode of Heroes and Villains Collectibles. I'm your boy, LC. Till next time, guys. Peace.